big day is over. Jesus was born, and in spite of the fact that he was born, the heathens, them still hunted him down to kill him. Don't believe that because he was born on Christmas Day, they had stopped hunting him down. They hunted him down until they finally caught him, and come Easter, we're going to celebrate that. But thank God that the big day came and it went. I hope that everybody got fed. I hope that everybody got to feed somebody. And I hope that everybody had a good Christmas. I mean, there can't be any bad Christmas if you have something to eat and you have somebody to feed. There can't be a bad Christmas. I mean, and those who add to it by saying, yeah, it could have been better, stop it. It was a good Christmas. You were alive, you ate, you fed somebody, you had a good time. There was sorrel, there was cake, there was rice and peas, there was chicken at some point, and a whole round of oxtail. Nobody can tell me nothing. Everybody had oxtail. Well, most people. And curry goat and whatever else. It was a good Christmas. To God be the glory for that. There's a saying that says, truth carries a weight that no lies can counterfeit. Truth carries a weight that no lies can counterfeit. And I don't remember where I hear it. It must have been in a movie. I think it might have been in one of those episodes of Outlander. That Jamie, I think it was Jamie who said it. I'm not absolutely certain about it, but I think it was Jamie who said that truth carries a weight that no lies can counterfeit. Sound like something that Jamie would say, but I think it's some show or something I watched and heard the saying, and it is absolutely truth. It is absolutely truthful that truth carries a weight that lies cannot counterfeit, no matter how much lies try. And so this new and latest attempt by some people to see if they can equal the accusations of corruption, and that attempt is being tainted with lies. And I want to clarify what I mean when I say try to equal the accusation of corruption, is that there are some people, particularly in the JLP, who feel that there have been so many attempts, and some not attempts, but actually facts too in some instances, where the JLP government and some ministers and some people in the government have been accused of corruption. And because of that, there's also some of those people, or most of those people, who feel that there are people in the PMP who are also corrupted, and maybe we should start shining a light on them. The historical fact about corruption, or the perception of it, is that whoever is in government at the time is the one that has the brightest light shining on them about whatever corruption or perceived corruption that the masses might have on their minds, or putting out into blogosphere. And yes, there have been a lot of accusations of corruption. A lot of it have been directed at the Prime Minister of the country. And a lot of it that have been directed at the Prime Minister of the country have proven to be false. Some of it have been not only proven to be false, but some of it has been proven to be blatant, outright lie designed to bring down the Prime Minister of the land. All right, so remember now, everybody, go like the video as you reach this point. Just like it and move on, and send me a pithy comment and keep the vibes going. All right. So the latest thing is this. The latest thing is the JLP, the PMP is corrupt, and people decided to target the councillor for the Maxfield Park division, Dennis Garden, about his building on Linders Road, and by doing that, some are attempting to malign the good name of the mayor for Kingston and St. Andrew, Councillor Andrew Swaby. And let me just say that, there is also a report suggesting that the IC might be investigating Councillor Dennis Garden. Please forgive me if you hear a little cough or no, because even though Christmas was good, and the day before Christmas Eve, I came down with a whole heap of sniffers and no running nose and slight cough. So I'm still kind of struggling with that. So please forgive me. So I asked the question, if it is true, why is the IC investigating Dennis Gordon? Why would they even attempt to do that? Is it that Justice Panton and him crew want to show the country that them not biased towards Mr. Holness, and even though him work for Mark Golding, him going to investigate what a Mark Golding people to show everybody that him not biased towards the Prime Minister? That has gone through the gate long time, Justice Panton. We know you're biased. We know you have an agenda to go after the Prime Minister. But if it is true that the IC intends to investigate Dennis Gordon, I'm asking why and what for. Is there some kind of what them call it, quid pro quo? Is the quid pro quo, whatever? I don't know. Quid pro quo. Yes. Is there something like that going on? Is there some money exchange going on in all of this that the IC felt that them have to go start announce that them going to investigate? Listen to me, IC. Let me tell you this. In Integrity Commission, you calling yourself. You don't have no integrity. The country already know that you done and dead. And nobody nobody take on serious. You could announce investigation until Jesus come. Nobody in this country is going to ever take this lot serious again about investigating corruption, because the most corrupt investigators ever in this country is this current crop of IC commissioners and investigators and prosecutors or whatever they are. So I don't get it. But the other point is the KSAC has total immunity from all other agencies when it comes to the granting of building permit and things to do with only the purview of the KSAC. Not even central government can trouble them. And the KSAC has its own structures, its own operation in terms of, as a body, in terms of building standards, and them alone can go lock down people, and them alone can go snap on all kind of paper upon people building. And I see have no purview over that. None. And the little thing when them pull with Mr. Holness place up, I don't even want to go into that yet. I want to talk about this first. Alright? When it comes to granting building permits, it is a purview of the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation. Only them one can do it. And whatever your perception of how they operate and how they do things, that is also their purview. Yes, there is some kind of systems problem. It has long existed. It's not a new thing. But the IC has no business at all in the work of the KSAC in regards to building permits. None. Nothing. Zip. Nada. None. The other agencies like NEPA play a role in the granting of those permits, and that's as far as it goes. It is the purview of the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation. And this IC, this rogue IC, is has established itself as an organization, a little committee that the members of Parliament that we gave power to gave to them, a little committee, just thinking that they have some kind of right and responsibility that nobody gave them, to go after every single person that they believe that they should go after without any kind of not only evidence, but them even going outside of their purview. So if there's any truth to the IC going to investigate Dennis Gordon, they have to establish to us, what is it? Do you have a report that Dennis pays somebody for passing property? Because if that is the case, then Dennis need to get back his money. Do you have some kind of report that somebody pays somebody for do something that you don't want to investigate Councillor Gordon and in building? You better understand one idea. Trust me. The IC thing, you understand it. But let me just go through a little bit of thing for you in terms of how these granting of permits operate and has been operating for many moons. I believe in the early 1990s, and I can be corrected if I am incorrect about this. But I do believe that it was, I mentioned it yesterday to Michelle, and Michelle said yes, it is, she believe it is true, that it was Prime Minister P.J. Patterson who made it as a matter of policy, maybe not written, but we know that when the Prime Minister speaks, it's policy. Whatever the Prime Minister says, it's policy. So if the Prime Minister say, boy, this is what we're going to do, when I'm write it down and sign them, just say it. So it's policy. Around the world, it is regarded as that. If the President of the United States says something, it is policy. Well, if you writing it down and getting it through the legislation, it's a totally different matter. But I believe that PJ was the one, just as PJ made that statement about the law is not a shackle, I think PJ is the one who also made it clear that the process of granting a building permit must catch up with the process of building. In other words, PJ said buildings have to go up the moment those applications go in. It is up to the system to meet the applications and deal with the matter and catch up with it. But a building like what Dennis Garden has put up, that building couldn't wait. Wait on what? You make the application, because that is what everybody does. The Chinese here doing it. Every builder do it. Every developer do it. Every construction site in this country does it. You make the application, and while you make the application, you start put up your building. Especially a building like Dennis's building. If a house, yes, could probably be delayed, but not a building like what Dennis put up. This building providing essential services for the country, but primarily for the corporate area, but for the country. It's an essential service. It's medicine. It's X-ray. It's detailed things that some of our hospitals don't have, that Councillor Garden is attempting to provide and alleviate some of the stress of our own medical system to help. That is what it is. So why not apply for the permit, which he did. And when he applied for that permit, it was under Councillor Williams, the former mayor, Councillor Williams. He was in the chair as mayor when the application went in. And what happened? The same thing happened all the time. The application goes in. The application stays in the system for God knows how long. It's a system problem that I don't even think Swaby can fix. Because if Desmond couldn't fix it, Mary Atkins couldn't fix it, Desmond couldn't fix it, Angela Brownberg couldn't fix it, Williams couldn't fix it, who going to fix it? Who's going to fix it? Andrew Holness? Andrew Swaby, sorry. I don't know if Swaby can fix this problem, because it is a system problem, and unless Swaby decides I'm going to start to grapple that system problem, then good luck to him about that. But Dennis Garden did the right thing. He applied. And the only breach, and I don't even know why people call it breach, wording needs to be changed. Because if he sent in an application and the application has been held up in the building department, which, by the way, the building committee is chaired by the mayor himself. So all the mayors were chairing those building committee: Angela Bromberg, Desmond, Williams, and now Swaby, and it's a system problem. So the truth of the matter is, Swaby will not be able to do any better than Williams did, or Brownberg did, or Desmond did, or Mary Atkins, if we want to go as far back, did. Swaby will not be able to do any better unless we have an overall system change. Because the whole thing needs a system change, and nobody wants to take it on. But then I can't help but wonder why this sudden attack on Swaby, and why the pick to level off the corruption would be Dennis Garden. So I don't understand why people pick Dennis Garden and why people going after Swaby. Swaby, without a shadow of a doubt, within the short period of time that he has been mayor, has been the most effective mayor to date. Wanna go downtown? How much wanna go downtown? Me go market, the bathroom, the stars, the lighting system, the cleaning up of the garbage, the collection of the garbage, the packing of the garbage. Have you been downtown? Someone, have you all been downtown? Any of you that talking and run off on the mouth? Because some of you can't go downtown because you don't live here. You want to go downtown and see how the place clean. How our markets right around the corporate area, the markets have improved. How people's shopping experience is much more environmentally friendly. How people's shopping experience in market is much more conducive to walking and looking for the best buy, because you're not rushing through any garbage and any nasty smell or anything that can affect your health. Have you seen the work that Mayor Swaby have done. You ought to go check that out. I have a few thoughts on my own about all of that. Dennis Gordon is not the kind of man that you can say, boy, Dennis is a nice man. You will hardly find anybody who will say that about Dennis Gordon. And it's not that he's not a nice man. But Dennis Gordon is quite the opposite of Andrew Swaby. Dennis Gordon is a bossy black man. Bossy rich black man who are making money and having money and full of crap. And him walk around and big up him chest and push out him bottom and swing himself and go on. Him just go on. Everybody who know Dennis Gordon know that him just go on. Not that he means any disrespect to anybody. Him just can't help himself. Him just go on. And him go on. And you can't hold that against him. It's his personality. It's his character. You can't hold that against him. When Dennis Gordon went to the KSAC as a councillor, he walked in there with guns blazing. I mean, he went in there demanding answers to the expenditure, to the public purse. He was an early annoyance to Angela Brownburg. So much so that both the GLP and PMP councillors were up in arms against him because he was asking questions regarding the public the spending of public money as him land in the KSAC. The first couple of days that him did it. Him going to the council and start ask a question. Oh, I remember that. I remember that because him came to the PMP RMC meeting and him go on. So him have some questions and people have to tell him have to go to the council with those things because, lack of experience about the whole thing. But I bring this up to point out to people that Dennis has been one of those consistent councillors who always looking out for how the people's money is spent. How many other councillors down there can say that? Or how many other people can actually say that about their councillor? And yes, him can do that because him coming there with him own money. Him not coming there to scrape and look nothing. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's an excellent thing that we have a millionaire in the council seeking to make sure that the others who are not millionaire don't take disadvantage of poor people money, taxpayers money, or money that's supposed to go towards poor people. But him settled down and eventually him's getting all that he needed to get done and stuff. But one of the things that also have me wondering about why the pick on Dennis Gordon and his building. And I suspect the building, the plan will be signed off and passed soon. Why pick on this building? There's nothing wrong with the building. The building no breach, no structural breach. There's no structural breaches to the building. The building is a proper building. The building serves the community. The building serves poor people. The building and whatever it is, the building is there to get done, go and serve poor people. Knowing Dennis Gordon the way I do, I can't imagine how much people go there already and do have the full amount of money or do have none at all and yet them get service. I can well imagine that. I can well imagine councillors, both JLP and PMP, who already send people down there. I can imagine that as well. I'm talking about service to country and service to community, as against putting up a building that has no structural breaches to it, but just put it up because you never get the paper yet. Something that every striking developer and builder does in this country, and suddenly it's a big deal. And then, to add insult to injury, some people decide that they must throw the mayor into the midst and say that him covering up things. Swaby don't know how to cover up nothing. Swaby don't know how to cover up in ballad. No, me can't tell you that. Me can't tell you that Swaby don't even know how to cover up in ballad. Swaby is one of those most careful person that you can find. A matter of fact, since the PMP took control of the council, Swaby have been so careful in walking on hot coal. He has been so careful that some PMP people complaining that the labourers them used to run things for them people and work used to give out and people used to make money. But Swaby not doing that. Him very slow and deliberate because he want to cross all the T's and dot all the I's because Swaby not like confrontation. Him is not a confrontational person. Him afraid of confrontation. I mean, him not afraid. I'm not afraid for quarrel. And him is not soft. But him just don't want no public confrontation about the public purse. Him don't want no hint of anything to damage his credibility, saying him not playing fair or I'm not doing this. So even as mayor, Delroy Williams was running the council. And we talked about that already. I mean, I really want to dig that up again, you know. But the Labourites said no. Said the mayor, Mayor Williams, did run the council. He was in charge of every damn thing down there, including the broom and map. And him run the council his way. And them help people. I'm not saying I'm not help people. Them help people. And I'm all in favor of helping people, no matter who those people are and who they voted for. And he did. Swaby not running it like that. Swaby is cautious because he know that any little hint of nothing, the Labourites are going to jump down upon him. And yet, when the Labourites were in charge, all kind of things happened, but Swaby and them never jumped down upon them. When Swaby and them into public fracas, it was always about some integrity issues regarding to how they do things, and nothing to do with about no money spending, but how they do it. That was what Swaby them and the PMP quarrel was always about. Nobody was quarreling with the mayor about how him spend the money, or what him do with it, or who him give it. But Swaby has been so cautious as a mayor. It pains the heart when poor people say, boy, they go check the mayor and Ray and Tim, boy, when them used to go down in the Labour, them used to do this. And even those same PMP tell you that when Delroy was mayor, even them go down there, them get a little bit better service in terms of getting some help. But them not getting it from Swaby because him cautious. And I would like to encourage him not to be so overly cautious that him don't help the people in the city. I would like to encourage him to continue to clean up the city and get the garbage collected and clean up that whatever need to clean up and do all of that. But also help people, PMP people and GLP people and no P people. Help them. Don't break no law. Don't play any kind of oopsie doopsie and ping pong with the public person, taxpayers' money. But help people. Because that's what they elected you to do. All of you. To help people. But the other thing, the other final thing I want to mention, as to why I believe them also targeting Dennis, is that when the PMP took control of the council in February, Dennis made big announcement, and it is on record. Dennis said he's going to investigate the entire financial operation of the council for the last 8 years that it was controlled by the JLP. I'm going to investigate. Dennis announced. Say I'm going to look into the financial happenings and what one. And he did launch an investigation about the spending habits of the former council leadership headed by Councillor Delroy Williams. And maybe, knowing Dennis as I do, I'm sure I investigate. I mean, no, nobody can stop him from investigate. And him not going already investigation because he is a businessman. And him know that these things take time. And him have to make sure him have everything right. So maybe all of this is also to get back at him, to shut him down, to derail him from his investigation about the financial happenings of 8 years under the GLP leadership in the council. I am not saying that anything happened, but I'm saying that if the new finance chairman, who is Dennis Gordon, took over the finance committee in the council and him decided that him look at some books and him want an investigation, what to stop him from having an investigation? Everybody should cooperate with that investigation and ensure that it is fair and ensure that it is right and ensure that whatever information is available is accurate and it's not a witch hunt or a targeting of any particular person, particularly not a targeting or a witch hunt of the former mayor, just trying to get the books right, just trying to do the right things for the people who elected you all 40 of you to do those things. Maybe that is what Dennis wants to do. I do not know. I do not know what Dennis wants to do in terms of his investigation into the financial operation of the council for the last 8 years. But it goes without saying, come on, if one party in charge of the finances of the council for 8 years And the 8 years, 4 of those years were illegal because there was nobody elected anybody. And I'm not saying just the JLP, I'm talking about the PMP too. For 4 years, all you down there playing councillor. And nobody elected you to be councillors. People elected in the 4 years prior. And then after the next 4 years, come to no elections. And then continue to serve those 4 years and nobody elect you. So all I know was illegitimate. But down there, I spend poor people money. So make Dennis investigate. Make him investigate, man. Make him come and at the end of the financial year, whenever time him ready, he can present something to the public. Because he make big announcements, he have to present something. So maybe that is also part of the problem. Me don't know. Maybe that's also part of the problem why some people decide that they have to go after him and all of that. So those are the few things I wanted to say about that. And close by commending the mayor for his action. The mayor have to be absolutely careful about these things when councillors are pinpointed about any breaches of any kind in the council, whether it be JLP councillor or PMP councillor. The mayor himself has to be on the up and up. Him can't just run out there and run up his mouth. Him have to first investigate internally. And secondly, when he come out to speak, he must speak with authority and with facts. And in the process of doing all of that, the mayor must also protect his own integrity. So I don't call out the man and mess up the man name about him missing and all of that. Oh man for missing, a man up on the road all Christmas and help people. You never see that. You never see the mayor and all of the other councillors were on the road all Christmas helping people, including JLP councillors too. Now him alone. Him and him councillors, them JLP and PMP. He must going around with JLP councillors and PMP councillors, making sure that people have Christmas. Clean, safe, environmentally friendly Christmas and peas and a chicken on the table and some rice and peas. Huh? So this is, this is such a frivolous and just nonsensical thing. As to Justice Panton and film crew about investigation, you better watch what you do, Seriously, you better watch what you do. Let me repeat to Justice Panton and him crew. There's nobody in this country, none, who regard as any IC. People regard as idiots. People regard as liars. People regard as people upon witch hunting down the Prime Minister to bring down the leader of the land. And now, try to, find yourself in the middle. I could go after somebody at the PMP, so that them can stop say we're PMP. I could go after Dennis Gardner because them say we are work with Mark. Of course, we know say Justice Panton employed by Mark. And whatever I'm doing, going after the Prime Minister, and him want to help Mark. So I don't know if all of that will help about announcing investigation to Dennis Gardner. If I will know, better be careful about that. Because Dennis Gardner is not a man to be messed with. Not a man to mess with. Because if him get mad and bad part, all you Kevin Stevens and have to hide if Dennis Gardner get mad part. So when you not talk about going to investigate the man, you better have facts and documents and everything line up. Because an investigation of the councillor can only mean that there was money exchange. And we can't accuse Dennis Gardner of that. So this report better be wrong that you not investigate it. This report better not be true. Remember somebody make mischief for you too. Yeah, well, you set up yourself for people make all kind of mischief for you, the IC. You set up yourself for these kind of things, You a boogaloo, people take you for idiot. Nobody take you serious anymore. Isn't that a disgrace in the country? That we have an integrity commission that's supposed to be holding our public servants to account, and nobody takes them serious anymore. Matter of fact, them are laughing stock. Every time them open their mouth to say something, somebody there to shut them down because nobody trusts you guys. Nobody trusts you. So, what are in a KSAC business? Who calling in a KSAC business? Who not business KSAC building business? That's a phone issue. You can't tell the KSAC how to grant permit and who to grant permit and whether the people can build till the permit ready or not. That is a practice that has been going on for decades and nobody can unless the system is fixed. That is a practice that will continue to go on. So what are we going to investigate? What exactly are we going to investigate? Let me leave it at that. I will be back It's good to talk to you guys again. Remember to like the video and send me a pithy comment. God bless you all. Stay safe, everybody. Please continue to stay safe, and please continue to keep our children safe.